All right, hi guys. I wanted to make this real quick video to basically elaborate, and I basically wanted to make sure that you know where and why all of these dollar signs are coming in, and essentially the story to how we got here today. So, Tuesday morning at about 5 a.m., New York, time. Um, Me and Izel got the very, very sad news that, my father-in-law, her father, passed away. The immediate thing was she needed to go home. She needed to be there for her mother. She needed to be there because for someone to be with someone for their entire life and then not to be there anymore, that takes a lot of learning. It takes 100% a lot of learning. I've seen it firsthand when my dad passed away 11 years ago, with my mom. It took a lot of learning for her, you know. And to this day, it's hard. To this day, it's hard for her. Talking about it, even me talking about it chokes me up, and I'll start to cry. As strong and militant as I wish that I can really say that I can be. This video is going to be condensed. I don't know how. I'm not a video editor or anything, but I'm definitely going to be full transparent with everyone. Essentially, the heroes that are giving their hard-earned money to practically strangers. You know what I mean? Of course, I have very, very close friends that are giving, what they can, and I have very close friends that are giving more than they should. You know what I mean? And it definitely it doesn't go unnoticed, I will say. But yeah, so I want to go back to the one of the reasons for this video. So it happened at 5 a.m. Full transparency, the same day we left at 11:40. I didn't want to waste any time. She needed to be with her family. She needed to be with her mother. It was very important for that to happen. Normally, a direct flight is about 16 hours from where I live. That's a direct flight. That's no connecting. It's 16 hours. To get there as quick as possible and not have to pay the premium amount, which I think I seen as high as $6,000. 21 hours. It was about $2,200 for me and her, and that's economy for those that matters to. 17 hours to Taipei, Taiwan, 1.5 hours as a layover, and then 2.5 hours into Manila, Philippines. So that chunk of change, for those that are not necessarily pocket watching, for those that are just curious where that dollar amount either came from or what the dollar amount is going to be used for. It's going to be used to pay back my grandfather, who before I could even make this trip loaned me $1,000. That's to pay him back. That's going to be to pay back my mother, who I didn't even know had $1,000, to pay her back. That's going to be to pay back my sister, who out of her 401k, 403, whatever it was, $3,000 to pay her back. That's where that math and portion comes in. Obviously, the funeral preparations. I want to help alleviate that burden for my wife's family, because loss comes never at the most convenient time. You would have to take out loans, you would have to borrow the credit, you would have to use your hard-earned planned money for your dream that you've been working up for X amount of years, X amount of time. Somebody had an idea what they wanted to do with the amount of money that they put toward their loved one having a beautiful service, as I'm sure that you guys seen when I showed on social media. You know, they had a plan for that money. They had a plan for that, for their relationship. They had a plan for that for their family. They had a plan for that maybe as retirement. They had a plan for that money. And now that that money is being used up, that plan is no longer set in motion. I want to help make that plan still a reality, make that dream still a reality. That is going to be where in this GoFundMe, that dollar amount will essentially be dispersed. Now, mind you, this GoFundMe, somebody told me that I should do one. I was like, who cares about me? You know, like, to even consider, right? My job thought of it. My job has been paramount in the amount of work, as you guys have seen. I've been tracking it. In the first 24 hours, I think we hit like 3K. There's people in my mind that should have been in that list of heroes that haven't given anything. Nothing. That I swear that they would, because they had it, because they've painted a picture that if something ever went wrong, they could be people that I can count on. I've spoken about this with my uncle, who has given, and I told him that it's really sad, and I should come from a place more of grace, but I'm what I would like to consider like a face value person. So when someone says, hey, if there's anything that I can do, and I say, yeah, there's a link where anything helps. Anything helps. That's what you hear. That moment of silence right there. But then you have people that I haven't held a conversation with. You have people that like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, it's hard not to get emotional when people could just show you just the measure of trust, I can't really like attribute it, and I'm usually what I would like to say. I would like to be like, I think that I'm great with words, but it's hard to put into words like the pedestal that I now put these people on. You know what I mean? That they're able to just do this for her family, you know, for her dad. But you know, I missed the point. You know what I mean? I always miss the point I'm just, you have people that are coming from not just New York, other countries to be here, and they don't have it either. That portion is going to be dispersed for that as well. Christmas is coming. Christmas is coming. Happy holidays to all of you that are seeing this. Happy holidays to your loved ones. Christmas is coming. This happened in December. That's important. My birthday is the 5th of April. When my dad passed away 11 years ago, he passed away the 4th of April. The day before. My wife and her family will have to think about December as the month of Christmas and the month that my father-in-law, my wife's father, is the month where he's not here. That's the month where it happened. I have to look forward to a day prior. So all of this, it comes from somewhere. This emotion that I feel, it all comes from somewhere. This video, just because, I don't know, like the walk of life that I have, and because, every time you switch on the news, there's always malintent or ill intent in the world. There's also people, you can't trust people. As a New Yorker, I know that. As a kid from the Bronx, I know that. You just can't trust people. I was hoping to make this video so you can see the transparency in me, see the transparency in this in these donations, in the use of these donations, because there's always going to be that one person that will have a lot or have a little, and they're just like, I don't know if I should. I don't know if I should. And I will definitely say, if you can't donate, totally fine. Totally fine. But give it a share. Maybe someone else can. If you're a family member, if you're a friend, if you're a coworker and you can't give, sharing is free. Clicking the share is so penniless. There's no money, no dollar amount in that. Even if you don't like me, if you don't like us, I'm not gonna give them my money. Share it. Share it. There's weight in that. Share it. Share it to somebody. There's weight in that. It's gonna sound crazy, but I hope certain things that I say you take to heart. And there's other things that I've said in this clip, in this video, that I hope you don't do a deep dive on. I'm just a normal guy. As a husband, I'm just trying to play my part in being supportive. As an in-law, I'm just trying to do my part in being supportive. Thank you. Happy holidays. And take it from someone that knows loss. Hug them. A second longer. Maybe a bit tighter. Because You wish that you had. You wish that you had.